All right, so Historic. Historic is currently a very green format, just because, like, similar to before they banned Standard, once Oko and Veil are all very good here. I hope that they give Oko a chance to exist in this format without Once Upon a Time and Veil. But while these cards are legal, we're definitely playing them. They add a lot of consistency and power to these decks. This is a Yarok the Desecrated Command the Dreadhorde deck. So Yarok the Desecrated here says, whenever a permanent enters the battlefield under your control, causes an ability to trigger, it triggers an additional time. And then Yarok, in conjunction with these Explore creatures, doubles those up. And then we have some copies of Command the Dreadhorde here, which says, choose any number of creatures and or planeswalkers cards in your discard pile, return them to play, and you take damage equal to their total converted mana cost. And then this, so this can, like, bring back Wildgrowth Walker, Explore creatures, and Yarok, and gain you a bunch of life. I'm actually not sure that I want a Jason here. I'm also not sure, it might be right. It might be right to have, oh, you could do its opponent's graveyard as well, yeah. It might be right to have Risen Reef in this deck, I'm not sure. We might be slightly light on ways to organically trigger Yarok in this deck. Yeah, I think third Tam might just be better than the Jace. Let's start here and see where we go. We might explore adding some Risen Reef if this feels kind of clunky after the first match or two. Let's dive in here and see how this goes. Eric Dared, thanks for cashing your Prime in this way again. I appreciate the 5 months. Welcome back. Oh yeah, Wildgrowth Walker is an elemental, isn't it? Yeah, I should probably try. Risen Reef in here. Can I get a timeout for exposure, please? We gotcha. Yeah, pretty sure we've been the bottom of the Dreadhorde here. Don't need that till much later. Once upon a time, there was a... Yeah, there seems to be a good bit of things you can do in this format. I do think it, like I said, it would be better served without once to give the green decks a little bit of a, non-green decks a little bit of a boost. Opponent's got a strong curve here. If they have anything that makes Pelt Collector bigger, Oko just dies here, which again, I feel like this is a good example of why Oko is probably fine in this format. Like, the aggressive decks have better tools here, it feels like, than they did in Standard, so like they can attack down turn 2 Okos a lot of the time. So the question is, do they have another Zorta Goblin here since they had a tapped land? You have Domri's ambush here too? Yeah. I think we're probably dead here, huh? Okay. That could potentially get us back into the game if we hit a Jadelight next turn. At 6 points of damage, they didn't have to direct to your face. Yeah, the aggro deck had to take a break to interact with me. They're still better off than if I played a sweeper. Like they had to take a turn off to deal 6 to my Oko, and I'm still probably just dead to Right Seer, so like... Well, you know, I think we're dead, right? I guess I could technically shock this in, play this, chump block here, go to 1. And I'm gonna name Jadelight Ranger here. Swing and a miss. So technically not dead on board. Dead to a stiff breeze, though. So trophy sounds great here. I actually don't have any Noxious Grasps in my 75. That's probably a mistake. It's probably a mistake. We'll take a peek at the sideboard again after this. Yeah, there's a lot of, this format's very green. I've been enjoying it, and there's a good depth of variety to the green decks at the moment. But I do think this format would be best served like Pioneer and Standard have experienced with removing Veil and Once. Yeah, that's probably a reasonable take, Dude Light. Dredhorde, we just don't want the go over the top card here. Would rather just like have Dredhorde be a 3/4. Brontodon kills Embercleave too. Yeah, I think that's a good suggestion. I would like to highlight Dude Light's message here. A lot of people who are new often tell me they feel frustrated when I ask them to justify their suggestions. And what the way Dude Light phrased their suggestion there is an A+ example of how I would like to see card recommendations happen during sideboarding or deck building. They clearly identified why something was likely better, and they also explained what we should replace for it and like how we should swap it out. All right, so I think I'm gonna Oko and make my Elf a 3/3 here, because then I can trade Elf with the Zerta and trade Jadelight with Questing Beast. I've asked enough dumb questions to learn how to ask good ones. Yeah, I mean, we all start somewhere, right? And again, like, I try to give people the tools to, like, understand what I want by saying, hey, you know, highlight why you think it's good, what we should replace, etc. It's just, I think it's good to call out good examples too, just like we call out bad. Thanks for the 8 months, Dark Raider. I appreciate it. Welcome back. If they have a Domri's ambush here, we're actually in kind of a bad spot, because they can, like, ambush kill this, then my 3/3 doesn't kill their 4/4. Yeah, we kind of just got dismantled here, huh? It's been a brutal set. Girl deck is very good. And again, like, this Gruul deck and, like, the things it's doing, along with, like, the Knights decks in this format and the other aggro decks, I really, like, people have been really aggressive to call for Oko's head in these other formats, and I feel like they're just scarred from Standard, and it's probably a very reasonable card. It's still good, but it's not, we need to remove it good without Once Upon a Time and Veil of Summer backing it up. Hey, Sam Baram, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. See, I've actually had a pretty good record with Yarok field against the girl decks. Cavalier, Yarok, and Assassin's Trophy are all just, like, very good cards there. Yeah, these definitely should have been Brontodons. Let's get some Noxious Grasp on our 75 here. Yeah, I agree, X. I'd be willing to accept that there's a chance that Oko is still too good in that Oko is too good in Pioneer, but I don't think that anybody can definitively say that with the current a lot of information that we have. I think we just don't know enough yet. It hasn't been long enough. We need to see where things go in a post-field world in that format. Yeah, Yarok Field for Historic is definitely my favorite Historic deck so far. If I had a competitive Historic tournament that I was working on things for, that would be the deck that I would be tuning for sure. Is it a hot take to think that Oko could have been reasonable in Standard without Veil in Summer? I think there is a possibility that that's the case, but I'm also not super sad that they didn't try it, especially with Historic. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to tweeting out each deck list when I change decks throughout the course of the day, Seth. Like I used to. There's a Pioneer Magic Fest in Brussels like end of January. Yes, so when they announced Pioneer as a format, for people that weren't paying attention, they initially announced that they were going to be aggressively managing the ban list until 2020. Because in 2020, there's going to start being Magic Fest with Grand Prix at them, as well as Players Tours events that are Pioneer. So the aggressive management of Pioneer is going to slow down a bit once we get into the new year. Where are my lands at? It is worth noting that these Explorer creatures are pretty okay against Oko, and they're good with our own Okos, just because giving them 1/1 counters lets them beat the other 3/3s in combat. That being said, our Yarok here is not particularly exciting in the face of an opposing Oko. He is definitely just an elk. Really? Okay. Redcap Lord, thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Perfect. Yeah, I agree, J-Wall. I actually have been incredibly happy with how Wizards has taken to managing Pioneer to start. I think they've done a very good job with it. Do you get paid depending on the number of streamers watching, or is it just subs and bits? Individual viewers are worth a non-zero amount of ad revenue, but by and large, for the most part, the majority of my income comes from direct support. Yarok doesn't turn into an elk, it turns into a food from the opponent having a Yarok. Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, like a subscription for the $5 that it costs probably gives me, you know, an individual, like one person watching all of my stuff is a very negligible amount. Definitely here because of the subs. Y'all are great. When I say thanks for keeping me around, that's a truthful admission. It's just me being honest. Once upon a time, there was an island. They can make a food and then have 3 mana total here. What's going on, David? We're gonna honk our goose at end of turn. Thanks for the 43 months, David. Happy Wednesday.
Oh dear.
Huh? They have a goose in their bin. I'm just gonna grab all these, I think. Ding, ding, ding. I'll take a divination. I guess we're guessing which food came into play this turn. Alright, we guessed correctly. Maybe I should have attacked with Branchwalker pre-combat, because if they eat it, I get to get it back with the Dredhorde.
You are fouler than a fiend.
You are fouler than a fiend. Rawr. I am Oko. Rawr.
Welcome to the feast.
Welcome to the feast. I got to live the dream the other day. I went Elf into Yorvo into 2 Burning Tree Galta. Sick. The deck we're playing next is Blue-Green Climb with Yorvo. Looking forward to firing that one up. So, if I do this, what do you think of that? I think I like it. It like cuts them off mana here. I think I like that. So I can force them to lose a goose or lose a planeswalker here. I think I'm gonna go Oko, make this a 3/3. Thanks for the 44 months, Justin Mack. I'm gonna make this a 3/3. I'm gonna Yarok. I'm gonna slam both of these into their Oko. So I don't want their Oko to be able to swap for my Yarok.
I'll think up a fun.
And then I can do this, make 2 food. Yep. Like, they get to make this a 3/3, but, like, now they're not adding to their own board with their Oko this turn, which is good for us. Mobilize District's pretty good here. They have enough mana that a Hydroid Crisis is pretty scary at this point. Wow, do they not have anything useful to do? That would be great for us. Would really love to draw a, Wildgrowth Walker. If we hit a Wildgrowth Walker, we get to, like, go Walker into Command the Dreadhorde back, Yarok, double Explore creature, like, gain a bunch of life.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
So we're definitely blocking at least one. Do I want to chump block both so I can use Oko to swap for one of their 3/3s? The problem with blocking with both is it cuts me off of Wildgrowth Walker into Command the Dreadhorde as a line, because then I don't have 8 mana anymore. Don't forget, District is a 6/6. That's not true, right? It still has an activation cost. And they only have 2, right? So it needs 1 more. Sumo, thanks for the 6 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Oh, they have Llanowar Elves up. Okay, yeah, so they can turn this into a 6/6. Good call. Because they can tap it. Alright, I'm just going to do this and let Oko go to 4. And then hopefully we draw one of our 4 walkers. 1 Texas Ranger, please. Papi! Papi! Da, 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 da. I'm at 11, and this is 10. Whee! So we're like looking for like a Tamiyo here, I think. No, Glandia bingo. Called shot is basically a free space. Wow, there were a lot of lands on top of our deck. Holy crap. Well, I was hoping to have some larger creatures here. I was hoping to have some larger creatures there, but you know, I guess I'll take drawing 5 cards. I guess. Alright, so all of these attacking this means this dies. They get to eat one of my food, though, by blocking with Mobilized District and then turning it into a 6/6. Oh, did they miss the fact that they can make their district a 6/6? Weird. Never not a second Oko, chat. Never not a second Oko. Alright, so we gotta hit Nissa next turn, because otherwise she ultimates and I can't get through these lands. Yeah, still game 1 is accurate. Once upon a time, there was a... So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. Do I want to take one of their things? I could elk my goose. I don't know that that's good. Yeah, I could tap the goose and then swap it over. I can't take their districts. They can turn it into a 6/6 in response.
I invite you to change your ways.
I don't know, figure it out. Mox0, thank you for the brand new tier 2 sub. Welcome to Hoaglandia. I appreciate the support. My tier 2 subs support me a little bit extra. So as a thank you for that every month, you can take a peek at the deck queue and let me know something there you'd like to see a little bit sooner to bump up by 10 points. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Thanks for keeping me around. I don't believe I'm dead on the backswing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't think we're dead on the backswing. Am I? Those blocks make me think I'm dead on the backswing, huh? This is 6, 12, 18, 22. I have 2 blockers though, right? So I'm hoping that with that, and like, if they're elking Yarok to prevent lifelink, they're not elking me. They're not elking one of their things to get more attack. They can steal Yarok. Yeah, but if they steal Yarok, they're still not killing me, so I think that's okay. And like, if they're cashing this in to steal Yarok, I just steal it back next turn, right? So like, they can't kill me, so that means if they want to keep Yarok, they have to pressure Oko. You're awesome. I see you all the time on YouTube, but never get to see you live. Never used Twitch before. I wanted to give something back by subscribing. I appreciate that. Subscribers are the reason I'm able to be here doing this as a job, so thanks for keeping me around. Really hoping to draw a Jadelight, Tamiyo, Command the Dreadhorde are some of our best draws next turn. This has been a wild game. I thought we were like dead to rights when they played the Nissa, but we've been slogging it out, which is sweet. How about a land? There's probably a land on top. Alright, well that makes when we eventually draw something pretty good. Pretty sure we just hang tight at this point. Yeah, I agree, Inhumane. And like, I had to take the Nissa at least a hit because she was gonna ultimate, so we definitely couldn't beat indestructible lands. I was honestly kind of surprised when they just let her die. I think they could have sorted blocks better that turn to keep her alive. Every turn they hit us, Command the Dreadhorde becomes a little bit worse of a draw. We're afraid of the big bad wolf. Oh no! Oh no! It gets to eat 2 Wildgrowth Walkers! Oh, vomit. Vomit. My Yarok's being used against us, chat. Joan Mode, thank you for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. I appreciate you keeping me around. The big bad wolf is so scary, chat. It's so scary. Jadelight Ranger, please. Tamiyo, please. Good golly. When it rains, it pours, chat. Sandman Das, thanks for coming in for half a year. How many lands did you want again? All of them. All of the lands. I mean, to be fair, at least the Jadelights are drawing the lands, and like, we're not like having to draw them for the turn, right? Now that looks like an elk to me, so everybody just come and see it's a +1, not a -3. How'd I get past Watsy's R&D? Hey, here's a concept you've heard. 20 million 3/3 elks emerge, but no matter how full the board might be, it'll feel so empty without me. Na 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 na. Dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Get my double block on here. They have like Brazen Borrower. I guess we get kind of blown out. Getting Jadelight into the bin isn't a bad thing in the event that we draw Dredhorde. Yeah, that emo could probably use an upgrade. All right, I'm gonna keep a second Jadelight here. I think that's keepable. So they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures. I have 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go ahead and elk this, I think. Just get more creatures down.
I invite you to change your ways.
Again, just like, we've got 3 copies of Tamiyo and 1 copy of Dredhorde in our deck right now. And we're just like, just waiting for one of those to pop up here. It is a very good thing they can't end our Legion, that is correct. And like, they're, on their side of the board, they're waiting for like Hydroid Krasis or another Nissa, right? 1 Tamiyo bottom from a Once Upon a Time. Yeah, very likely. So this is a free block here because they can't make enough food to kill this. If I don't jump block this one, they get to kill Oko by eating a bunch of food. So 3 shots at Tamiyo or a Dredhorde for next turn. Would have been that. I just want a Tamiyo or a Dredhorde at this point. Surely you must be famished. Good news. The good news is we have such an incredible life total that when we do draw Command the Dreadhorde, we're going to get back their friends as well. This is very good.
Take shelter in my stewardship. The land shall conquer you.
The land shall conquer you. We need an Embercleave, right? Wildgrowth Walker, Embercleave. Oh, you know what? Should we revisit the Dino Frenzy deck with Embercleave in it? Do folks remember that one? That one was sweet.
Your new look is enchanting.
For people that don't remember that deck, it was an experimental Frenzy Explore deck that was green-red. That you played the Explore package along with the Dino that lets you play extra lands. Yikes! Alright, we need Command the Dreadhorde now. I know Tamiyo and Command the Dreadhorde, you've been really shy up until this point. But I need you this turn. No more lagging around. Opponent drew, runner, gas. I need some octane of our own, chat. Put my tier 3 towards Dino Frenzy. We'll do Swift. Or we could draw another land. Listen, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 8 lands and 21 cards left. So clearly we're going to draw one of them. There's 21 cards. 4 of them are good for us. So 21 cards, 4 of them are good for us. 3 Tamiyo, 1 Dredhorde are good draws. I mean, what they do here doesn't matter if we hit Dredhorde, so like... Yeah, at least 1 got bottomed by a once. Come on! Magic sucks and then you die, chat. Oh, I should block with Jadelights for if we hit the Dreadhorde. Yeah, it's a good suggestion. Alright, I'm gonna make a food and hope they pressure this again.
I think a little merriment is in order.
Why didn't I elk the Hydrakes? I don't care. Red Rover, like Graces come over.
The land fights for us.
I didn't play the land in hand because the extra mana doesn't matter. Dino Frenzy sooner. Thanks for the bitty stomp. Our next historic day is going to be Monday. I think Mondays and Wednesdays are going to be historic day moving forward on this channel. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to elk this just so I don't take the hit in the air. That's fair. Because this is going to be fewer things that I get back now. Massacre Girl in the 75 sounds like a good suggestion. I like that. Like that idea. Yeah, definitely should have plussed Oko on this last turn.
Open your heart to the magic that dances around you. Surely you see the humor here. The brambles of truth twirl and curl.
Hashtag never lucky.
Your new look is enchanting.
Yeah, their Nissa's about to ult. Are we up or down on clock? I bet we're down on clock. No, we're actually up on clock. All right. All right, chat, we're up on clock. I'm going to make them kill me because we could time them out. They have 15 minutes remaining. I have 18 minutes remaining. Dig in. Dig in.
The land bestows opportunity for those who are worthy.
Croakies calls this clock damage. That's a good, I like that. That verbiage, clock damage. Clock damage is a big deal in current standard, it feels like. Listen, chat, this ladder match is very serious business. If I win, I get 2 pips on my ladder. And if I lose, I don't lose anything because I'm currently at the rank floor. What's the conversion rate between ticks and burritos? It's not very favorable for the burritos. All right, come at me. Especially on these complicated board states, like the opponent like sitting here tanking is really good for us. Are we taking enough damage that it doesn't matter? We're taking 12 here, so I'm only gonna have 12 life. Yeah, I think we're too far gone at this point. I think they're hitting us for enough here that the Dredhorde's no longer an out, which means we're gonna hit it. Or we're just gonna draw another land. Or we're just gonna draw another land. That could be the outcome as well. Have a land. As sad as it makes me to say I'm supposed to cut Yarok in this matchup, right? He's just not good against opposing Okos. I think I'm gonna cut a couple mana dorks at the bottom end too. Just bring in removal. Unmoored Ego named their chess clock. Alright. I think Strokes, like... I know we, like, had a lot of turns at the end of that game where we're holding up a lot of mana. In the early key turns of the game, we're tapping out. Alright, so I think we just grab the Overgrown Tomb here. That'll bring the Hinterland Harbor into play untapped next turn, which is nice. Alright, I think we just jam this, right?
I would like to test a new hypothesis.
It's like Wildgrowth Walker here.
Do not harm my scrolls.
So I feel like because I need a land drop here, I'm probably supposed to plus for Jadelight this time through. I didn't mill past one of those last time, right? I guess I could technically minus and pick up a land, but I think I'd rather just do this.
I know this somewhere.
Tilt. Should have named Merfolk Branchwalker. This is the game we don't draw lands because of cumulative variance. Yeah, you get it. Used up all of our land draws in the first game. That's fine. It seems like we have enough tools here to be successful even if we keep breaking off. Brazen Borrower, my Tamiyo, rude. Just Assassin Trophy or food for the free land. That's actually not a legal play. You can only trophy things you don't control.
We will not fail.
I'm going to do this in response because Veil of Summer is legal in this format.
Harness the elements.
This is 6, 11. This would be 15. I don't think I can take Tamiyo here in good conscience. Opponent conceding because they know Command the Dreadhorde's coming and they see us mousing over the graveyards. Lol. Scam Don, thanks for the quarter of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Opponent just like, yep, can't beat that one. Welcome. Welcome to Thunderdome. Doesn't matter how greedy we are. It's gonna be good enough. Huh. I think this is a keep. This Once Upon a Time likely turns into an Explorer creature or Wildgrowth Walker, statistically speaking. And like, if I have one of those to do on 2, this hand's pretty reasonable. Well, you know. 3 types of lies. Lies, damnable lies, and statistics. Ouch. Ouch! Where's your statistics now, Hogland? Take your math and put it somewhere unpleasant. Your statistics have a bad matchup against the Flat Shuffler. They shocked in a land. This smells like fish, but I also don't think I have a play. I don't think I can just pass the turn here. Wow, that just worked. Are we just getting Brazen Borrowered? This must just be Brazen Borrower, right? We bottomed a Jadelight already, so I think I'm gonna name Wildgrowth Walker on this one. Well, they needed to shock to play it as a 3/1 Ziggs. So the shock there means they could have wanted to play it as a 3/1. Because they didn't have double blue without shocking. Yeah. Yeah, so they didn't need to shock to do that, but they weren't certain that I was gonna have something that they wanted to bounce. All right, now I'm gonna attack, because if they block, they can't miss the next turn. So they get to Nissa plus attack us. I get to Tamiyo, downtick, pick up trophy, concede when they Veil of Summer me.
Witness the ties that bind us all. The land fights for us.
So pretty sure that's the line. Hopefully that pause is a Once Upon a Time and not a Veil of Summer. So I'm pretty sure the line here is play this concede. I've enjoyed a lot of the games in this format, but that card's gotta go. I really hope they give that one the X. Really hope they give that one the X. It is not okay. It almost feels kind of weird getting veiled in this format right now, just because like it's been banned in the other 2 formats that we play. This stream was pre-recorded in front of a live studio audience, chat. I'm gonna do dork mana creature here. Sick. And now next turn I get to go land Walker Jadelight. You manifested it. There was too much conviction in your voice. Yep. Don't blame the victim. Esper. Hey, a turtle witness. Thank you for the 18 months. I appreciate you get a fancy sword sheath now. Whatever you want. Dealer's choice. Huh. So, like, I really want to land here, but I also would love a Tamiyo against a control deck, so in. Can't be Esper, they haven't missed land drops yet. Astute observation. Oh, Esper control. Oh, Esper control. Oh, feels Esper, man. I stand corrected. Alright, I'm just gonna cut 4 of our dorks because they just get cleaned up by sweepers. I'm aborted 2 Veil and 2 Trophy here. It's a little bit of interaction and anti-interaction. Yeah, I mean, as long as Veil's legal, it's going to be in the sideboard of a lot of our green decks. Thought erasure me, daddy. Thought erasure me. I think we're just into hitting land drops, right? Pretty sure. Command the Dreadhorde is like also absurd in this matchup. Yeah, that's a number we're happier not knowing, Pelly. They played a turn 4 Nissa and had Veil for our removal spell, so I conceded because we were too dead. And now we get to be the bad guy and Veil people. I think I'm actually just gonna downtick this to start, just so it gets guaranteed value. Are we the baddies? Yeah, we're definitely the bad guy when we're playing against Esper Control here. Not close. Yeah, they literally have only cast a Search for Azcanta here. We've also been holding up Veil of Summer every turn though, so like they could be like trying to play to a position where they can like counter the Veil in addition to doing something else, but definitely doesn't seem to be working out for them so far. You have killed my friends. Alright, so I'm gonna plus this naming Oko.
To the library.
One cannot be the bad guy if they are beating Esper Control. Fair. So, next turn, I can Tamiyo, pick up a land, Tamiyo dies, command the Dreadhorde, get back Wildgrowth Walkers, Branchwalker, Tamiyo. Oh man. Oh man. Can you? Oh, Esper Control. Oh, Esper Control. All right. All right. We're definitely the bad guy. I get it. We're definitely the bad guy. Dear, please ban Valen once. Please ban Valen once in this format too. Oh. For people that were listening and are uncertain why I'm just sitting here cackling, is they cast Eldest Reborn while I had 4 mana Tamiyo in play. So for people that are wondering why I'm like doubled over like an idiot, that's why. Oh, Magic's great. One mana dork, please. Yeah, I think they were pretty screwed regardless of how we sliced that. I don't think they were in a good place any which way. All right, so potentially mono red here. Do I play out Wildgrowth Walker? I feel like I don't. I feel like I want to, if I'm not in danger of missing lands, I kind of want to get to a point where I can Walker plus Jadelight in the same turn. Probably a Gruul deck if I had to venture a guess. So, like, they're a Gruul deck that, like, kept this hoping to hit green mana. if I was a guessing man. Yeah, so, Spicy Hot Chocolate, a big part of what was allowed me to adjust my mental state to return to Twitter and manage my own account is the fact that I'm mostly just not reading replies anymore. Reading the replies on Twitter is pretty negative, EV.
Let's broaden your existence.
I'd also recommend reading Reddit's kind of negative, EV. Definitely don't read the comments there. Comments are bad. Reddit hates you, but I think they hate not being paid more. Here's hoping. Here's time to find out, right?
It's not good.
I actually think Twitter is a fine platform for using as a news feed. Like, if you're not clicking into tweets and you're just following people that post information you find useful, Twitter's a fine platform. Same thing with Reddit. Using it as an RSS feed for following different categories of things, I think is more than fine. I think anywhere where you give people anonymity plus a megaphone, they tend to turn into turds, regardless of if it's Reddit or Twitter or Twitch. When people have no repercussion for their actions and they can hide who they actually are, their true self comes out. So what you see people doing and saying and posting when they're hiding behind the internet screen name, that's who they actually are when society isn't beating that out of them through threats of like their actions having repercussions. Yeah, there are some people who will be like that publicly and in their face. That's just, you know, it's, I mean, I'm obnoxious and I use my name everywhere, right? What did you miss? I had responded to Wizard's influencer manager where she was justifying paying people in exposure with telling her that she shouldn't defend the $1 million company paying people in exposure. That's what we're referring to, and apparently someone posted the tweets up on Reddit. All right, so we're gonna keep this hand because this is a green source. This is likely what the opponent did last game and they missed, so hopefully we're a little luckier than they are. Back in the day that I have an online handle like the rest of us, yes, my Steam account is my only account that I still use that doesn't have Jeff Hoagland as a login. And the username login for my Steam account is BeastRace91 because I was born in 91 and I always played the Beast races in Morrowind. The Khajiit and the Argonians were my favorite species or race or whatever you want to call it in that category. Listen, that name was created when I was a young teenager, okay? Yeah, little I didn't know what a furry was when that name was made. Thank you, children. Oh no. Moments before the accident. Moments before the accident, chat. Bin that one, looking for some lands. If you're big enough to have your exposure count, you're big enough for them to pay you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have a house and 2 kids and a thinning hairline. And I've been playing an angry man on television for many years now, so people often assume I'm older than I actually am. All right, so is that shock? Do I put them on having a shock or a veil here? I think I'm gonna put them on shock. So they could shock this in response to the explore trigger, which I wouldn't like. So I'm gonna play this and make this a 3/3. Just veil, okay. Little punish for my decision here.
Your new look is enchanting.
All right, if they have a shock here, they get to kill Oko. They just have both? They just had both? Okay.
Fear your truth.
I still think you're in your 30s. Soon enough. Soon enough. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, another thing too is like I have a very strong voice that I project while I stream, and people often correlate being loud with being upset as a common correlation people make. Could be another veil here. I'm gonna pass here. I feel like they could have a veil, and because this is a 3/2, I can just trade these in combat. And in the event they don't give me something to trophy this turn, I can just Once Upon a Time. Like, in the event they kill this, smack me for 3, I still get to use my mana. It's a good draw. Hey, Roth, thanks for the 19 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I want to shock that in. I'm going to attack for 3 here. Why aren't you subbed anymore? I have no idea. If you were a normal paid sub, maybe you had some kind of billing issue. Did your credit card information change recently? You automatically get subscribed to your own channel free of charge. So I have access to my own emotes and things like that. Caster Veil, I'll go to 6. Thanks for the 21. So Haya, I appreciate it. Welcome back. For keeping me around. What historic deck have I enjoyed playing the most so far? Definitely Yarok Field. Yarok Field and Temur Oko, which is actually one we're going to revisit later today, have both been a gas. Definitely ones that I've enjoyed a lot. Another Questing Beast would be pretty bad for us here. That's a 4/4. Would love to actually just like draw Yarok so we could have a 3/3 lifelink Death Toucher. Oko and Tamiyo would also be okay pickups. That's fine. We're up a game. If we flat out and die this one, we'll get the next one. That's lethal, right? I feel like Temur Flash has a hard time because of the mana tracks. Because, like, the green cards you want, you can't just splash them. Is a big part of the issue. You know, with Harp, did I submit 61 that? I totally submitted 61. I'm going to cut the geese and put these Tamiyos back in. Not only am I on the play, but getting this Kroll Harpooner is not great. AGH, thanks for the 20 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. How many times have we just gotten ran over with the stack? I have no idea. I don't count match to match or game wins. Sometimes you just die. Sometimes they draw a bunch of spells and you draw a bunch of lands and you die. Sometimes they draw 2 Veil of Summer to counter your removal spells and you die. This deck felt okay. I would kind of be surprised if what this deck is doing is better than Yarok Field. Just because, like, Yarok Field kind of goes over the top in a bit of a bigger way. I'm also not sure that, like, Yarok is necessary. Like, if you consider, like, what exactly the Command the Dreadhorde package is doing, I'm not sure that Yarok really adds value at the top end of it. Got 2 shots at a land tier, which of course means we're gonna brick and die. I suppose if we miss the land drop on our draw step, we can play this and try and hit another one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jin, one of the Wizards influencer manager tweeted about smaller streamers mattering. So I linked her an article where she was quoted saying smaller creators are great because you don't have to pay them. And I was like, you should pay the people that you work with. And then she justified paying people in exposure, and I was like, you shouldn't do that in your multi-million-dollar company that you work for. Feels magic, man. Feels magic, man. All I'm going to say is, if you genuinely are uncertain what the value of a smaller creator is, you just give them a referral code. The only reason to make them work for free or ask them to work for free is to be working in bad faith, basically, because you don't think they're worth anything. Like, if you give them a referral code, you can pay them exactly what they make and nothing more. There's a reason why most sponsorship deals come with codes. It's so they can directly track how much profit you're generating so they can pay you appropriately. These hits here are really good. Getting 2 spells with this lets it trade with Questing Beast, which is great here. We're a little bit soft to, wow, no Embercleave is absurd for us. Land. Sick. The Reddit thread there is probably an interesting study in whether or not people hate me or capitalism more. Let's see. Which do you despise more? Jeff Hoagland or capitalism? I think I'm just gonna get my Branchwalker back here. When does Beast become an elk? Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to go Elf Oko there. Maybe I'm just supposed to go Elf. Well, that's a good reason not to Oko there. Honestly, Curran, some people I've talked, there's actually a thread up on. Did we get a host from somewhere? I feel like I might have missed a host. We had a big viewer jump. If I missed a host, thank you to whoever gave me a host. I'm not always good at my job, but I miss things. What was I gonna say? Was it Andre? Yeah, it might have been Andre. Thank you, Andre, if you dump people into me. Once upon a time, I was definitely deserved a lot of the animosity I got, and there's people that are just like never gonna give me any slack because of the person that I once was. All right, so Tamiyo's very dead. We're taking a little bit of damage here. The question is, do they have another Veil? Really want to draw untapped land here. Perfect. So untapped land means I can go Oko, Elk the Embercleave, and then if they Veil, I can trophy the Embercleave in response.
Those blind to tyranny are lost. They just can't see it.
Man, is this gonna be one of the rare not dead to Temur Battle Rage games? We should trophy the beast? Nah, I'd rather take the Embercleave off the table. Taking the Embercleave off the table is worse against second Embercleave, but I can just like block this in combat. I mean, influencer, the way it's used in online stuff today, is basically just a way to say, like, minor celebrity, B-list celebrity. Not, like, globally famous, but, like, famous within a subset of people. They should definitely attack with this, 'cause otherwise I'm going to get to Elkit next turn. Hey, thanks for the 16-month silence spell. I appreciate that.
I think a little merriment is in order.
A lot of people can't fathom, Ironclad, a lot of people can't fathom the idea that people would do things for the good of someone other than themselves. And generally speaking, we call those people Republicans. Just the idea that someone could be saying or doing something for, like, other than personal gain is just, like, foreign to a lot of people. I think I'm just supposed to play the elf here. I don't really want to play Tamiyo and just get her attacked down. And, like, if they attack into this Oko, I have, like, pretty good blocks. Who needs other incentive? The invisible hand of the market solves all problems. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't understand, Ostix, that, like, in the grand scheme of things, I'm a mid-sized streamer, right? Am I able to see how many non-subs are watching the stream now? I actually don't think that's a metric I have access to. That's actually a good question. This means Oko lives. Great. 6 goes to 1.
Oh, you're a tricksy one.
I can't see the number of subs watching Liquefied Vapor from my... I don't believe that's a metric my dashboard gives me.
I invite you to change your ways.
Once upon a time, the Republican Party was different than it was today. I definitely understand that people and things change over time. And if you ever have anybody present the opinion that not all Republicans are the same, in this current administration, you can look and see how many Republicans are standing up to the things that Trump is currently doing. And you could know that it would only take 3 Senate Republicans to flip Mitch McConnell out of the majority leader to remove him from being able to kill every bill that comes to his desk. So yes, once upon a time, not all Republicans were the same. But in today's world, where you look at the reality of what's going on, they are lockstep in with each other and all going down together. Thanks for the 9 months, Thirsty Kane. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, we're solidly in garbage time here. Take my Bezos to keep the mean advertisements away. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just projection, right, Sanity? It's just projection. The Democrats who have control over the lower house have, you know, passed a ton of legislation, and the Republicans in the Senate have literally not brought any of it to a vote. So the do nothing, for people who understand and are informed, understand what's going on, and understand the people that aren't doing anything are not the Democrats, just like you look at the actual information, but to a lot of these people, the facts don't matter. Thanks for the 14 months, Gromsky. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't know the exact number. I know it's in the hundreds. I don't have an exact number off the cuff, though. All right, this deck, all things considered. Yeah, so the actual Dredhorde archetype. Yeah, the majority leader can not vote. I think yes, the United States the United States government is fundamentally broken in a variety of ways, and that's one of them. Yes, every Republican, exactly. It's not just McConnell. Every Republican in the Senate supports what he's doing. Because if they didn't, they could flip and align themselves with the caucus of the Democrats and then not have him be the majority leader. All right, anywho, The actual Dredhorde part of this deck actually seemed super reasonable. The Yarok part of this deck did not seem very good. I just didn't feel like this was adding value at the top end. While it was cute in a couple of situations, or like the stat line on this card is okay, this card's really not good against Oko. I think I'd just get rid of it. Merfolk Branchwalker, those would give me a slot to get the last copy of this into the main deck. And then honestly, probably just a couple copies of Wicked Wolf to round things out. It's a little bit of removal in the main that plays well with the rest of my package. I think I'd probably just do something like this if I wanted to start on a Dredhorde shell. The Tamiyo plus Command the Dreadhorde is definitely a pretty good, reasonable top end. The Gruul deck that we just played and beat in that last match, I think the Wildgrowth Walker package is pretty good in that matchup, and that deck has been relatively popular. So I do think this deck probably has a harder time with Field of the Dead. So maybe in addition to these egos, there should be like some Legion's Ends or something like that in my sideboard to clean up zombie tokens that get onto the battlefield. But Field also hasn't been super popular in the historic queue based on my anecdotal evidence. And obviously, like, this is all just like small sample sizes, so take it with a grain of salt. But as of right now, I'm not really building decks to hone on Field because I haven't really been getting hammered by it. There's definitely a lot more like Oko mid-range food decks than Field decks so far in my experience. All right, we're going to be doing historic for the remainder of the afternoon. Up next, we are going to be rolling on into some blue-green climb here, which is actually another food Wildgrowth Walker deck that's looking to leverage the card Hadana's Climb. I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick ad roll and get my deck list updated on Stream Decker and everywhere else while we do that. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. We'll be back in a few minutes with this one. I appreciate it.